What's up, everybody? This is a follow-up to our last lesson with octaves and melody. And what we're going to do today is take octaves and start to use them as sort of pivot points. And when I say pivot points, we're going to connect some things with chords and with playing arpeggios. That's going to be a kind of big deal in visualizing the guitar. So we're going to look at this in the key of G. Here's our key center. There's our octave. Right? This is from our last couple lessons. If this seems foreign to you, then go back to the last couple lessons. Now, I want to show you a pattern that pops up all the time with major chords. And the reason why this is so important to visualize octaves. Every major chord that we see on the guitar, not every one of them, but most of them at least, this G major shape, we see this thing that happens here. Now that's 1, 2, 3. First note in the scale, third note in the scale. We see it in lots of chords. In a C chord, there it is. In a D chord, there it is. Right? In an F chord, there it is. So we see this pattern pop up a lot. First to third, first to third. Now, a basic kind of three-note arpeggio sort of thing. There's the fifth. If we played first, third, fifth. First, third, fifth. Or G, B, D, however you want to think of it. I always think in terms of numbers, Nashville number system. If there's our octave, the same thing here, same pattern, same notes, G, B, D, G, B, D, G, B, D. With these bottom four strings, it's absolute. If a pattern works here, it works here. It's absolute because the tuning on these four strings is exactly the same. It's all tuned to fourths. So we learn these patterns. If you learn a pattern on the big string, as soon as you learn it, find it an octave up, because that will connect more parts of the fretboard for you. Now, if it works on this G, we know from our other octave lessons that we have a G up here on the 10th fret of the 5th string. Same pattern's going to work there, right? Third fret, 6th string, 10th fret, 5th string, 5th fret, 4th string. Now if I go up here to this octave, we know because of the distance between the 2nd and 3rd strings that I can't do this pattern, right? Why can't I do it that way? Because the tuning's different between these two strings. I can't play that. That doesn't work. Now it's going to be that. So getting the visual is the same as this is the only time that this is going to be different, because when we come back to this octave, we're back on our pattern. arpeggios all the way up the fretboard. So there's all of our 3-note G major arpeggio shapes like this. I mean, we could put this note up there, but it makes no sense to reach that far for it. Using octaves to figure out where you're at, especially, you know, if you're improvising, it's such a safe way to just go back home, because no matter how much you understand about the guitar, there's always going to be moments where you play your way into this place and you're going, what's going on? Where am I at? And when you connect where all of these roots are, so to speak, you know, for the key of G or whatever key you're in, when you can find one and you have these safe little patterns, ways to play your way out of it, it can really go a long way for you. So please spend some time with this visual of, you know, seeing the first, third, and fifth and how that connects from one octave to the next octave, to the next octave. Again. We didn't do one here because we don't have a string up there. Every pattern on the guitar that starts with one, if it does something, anything, if it does this, it's going to do that the next time you find that octave. If it does this, like that's a minor one. Then it's gonna hold that same pattern the next time. So please try to be cognitive of that, you know. Don't learn stuff and begin improvising from the standpoint of, I'll put my fingers here and wiggle this and it does that. Be cognitive of what is this in relation to, you know, connecting everything else with it. Because there's not really all that much to it, especially once you start to look at using octaves, getting from one to one, and you start to have these little light bulb moments of, oh, I'm doing the same thing here that I was doing over there, and the same thing up here that I was doing over there. Once that connects, we start to get this with the fretboard. Now, our cheat code will give us this, the vertical approach, all day long. All we have to do is start using octaves to kind of jump off from one point to another, going left to right, horizontally. So please spend some time with octaves and actually visualizing what you're playing, whatever chord it is you're making, whatever scale it is you're playing. Stop and analyze it, because analyzation on the fretboard really, really goes a long way, and I can't stress that enough. And it might seem meticulous and frustrating at first, but when that light bulb kicks in and you really begin to improvise over any changes that you want to and any styles that you want to, and you find absolution with some of this stuff, there's no better feeling in the world than just beginning to express, you know. So I hope this is as helpful for you as it's been for me, and I hope you guys have an awesome time with it. Thanks. Peace. God bless.